Good evening and welcome to the October 2022 edition of the Speedway Redevelopment Commission. I'm here tonight with a small crowd, but mighty. We have our Vice President, Rhonda Schwartz, Member Adam Young, and our Economic Director, Todd Cook. I will call the meeting to order at 6:01 and confirm that we do have a quorum tonight and proper notice of the meeting has been given. We don't have anyone in our audience tonight, and I don't believe we received any previous questions. So our next item on the agenda is consent of the regular session meeting minutes for our previous meeting. Those were previously distributed. Any other additional comments or corrections to add? All right. I will approve those by consent. Next item is the approval of claims and expenses for our last time. Todd, was there any outstanding special items to discuss?
I don't think so. I think kind of one, we have an appraisal for 5242 Crawfordsville Road that we'll be dealing with later on our agenda, but everything else is pretty standard. Mm-hmm. I did go to an IBJ professional development session, so that's, I think everything else is pretty standard.
Mm-hmm. Some trunk or treat supplies. Looking forward to that.
Trunk or treat supplies, yes.
Yeah. Coming up shortly. Happy to support that with the Redevelopment Commission. Any other questions for Todd?
No, not at this time.
All right. I will entertain a motion to approve the claims and expenses as submitted.
I make a motion we approve the claims and expenses as submitted.
And I will second that motion.
All right. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the claims and expenses as submitted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 3-0. Next is our director's report. Todd?
Thank you. Just quickly, the 1300 block is really coming along. The third floor looks like it's ready to move in. In the report that I distributed from Veritas, there's some nice pictures in there, and they're hoping to get a C of O maybe early November, first or second week of November, and we'll be doing a tour and coming up probably around the same time. We're planning that. Cheryl's helping me with that, so it'd be. The SRC and the council will be invited to that. Other than the 1300 block, been busy with the Heaven Sent building, or 5242 Crawfordsville Road, that is on our agenda tonight. Had a good meeting with Shane from Daredevil a couple of weeks ago. They may have some extra ground there that might come into play if we have a user. They said they would entertain inquiries, so we'll stay in touch with Shane on that. Had a good meeting with the IMS earlier this month, and have another one. We're going to do like a monthly. So I think we have mid-November, the 17th sticks in my mind for our next meeting. Met with Raleigh Helmling from the IEDC, helped me get a good meeting with the Delara folks and IndyCar and the IndyCar experience a couple of weeks ago. That was very good to get to know those folks, and I'd worked with Raleigh in the past when I was at the IEDC, so he's been real helpful since I've come on board. Also attended the Allison Ride and Drive event. That was really cool, showing off some of their EV and autonomous vehicles as well, technology. So that was a nice event as well. But other than that, just continuing to try to get out and meet folks and keep my ear to the ground for deals.
Good to hear it. Any questions for Todd?
No, but I like that statement. Always look for the deals.
That's right.
All right, thanks for that. Our next item on the agenda is new business. This is a consent to contract with Rigdon Construction for the 1300 block plaza development, specifically the Pocket Park that we're all looking so much forward to. Can you give us a little bit of background on that, Todd?
Sure. We had gotten some pricing from Rigdon Construction. The thought was it would be maybe a little bit easier for us to contract with them directly as opposed to going through Shelby at Rebar. Rigdon has been the prime contractor for the 1300 block, and we got some pricing recently, and Veritas has reviewed those with us, and they feel like the cost is within reason. Veritas was working with on a couple of these issues. One they've resolved, which was the fencing at $6,900. Rebar is going to take care of that, but I think we're probably in that, 175 range, 175,000, and that is on top of the, I think it was 54,000 that Rebar had committed to the project, so it'll be over 200,000 when it's all said and done.
Great. Any questions?
When do we anticipate this being done, the Pocket Park?
The Pocket Park will not officially be done until the canopy's installed, which is probably going to be the first quarter of '23.
Okay.
So I think it'll be, 90% complete by the end of, I want to say, November.
Okay.
It all depends on concrete.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, so that will be the driver. It's not been easy to get, and they're working with a contractor, I think, that's going to, handle it on site. So I have meetings with them every other Wednesday. We have an update meeting, so I'll have an update, a fresh update this Wednesday.
Yeah, I know concrete has been a headache for all projects around town. I'm curious whether they'll get the underground to a point where we'll be able to pour before the plants shut down for the year. So we might have to push till March when they open back up again. But fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It comes
Nice to
sooner
see
rather
that.
than later.
Get done.
All right. Well, if there are no further questions, I will entertain a motion.
I will make a motion that we approve the consent to contract with Rigdon Construction for the 1300 block plaza development.
And I will second that motion.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 3-0. Next agenda item is old business. This is consent to issue an RFP or request for proposal for the 5242 Crawfordsville Road property. That is the previous Heaven Sent daycare that we used to help us out while we were moving into this wonderful facility. So now it's available and we're looking for a new tenant. So Todd, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. Tonight we'll be getting the approval to issue the RFP, the request for proposals. We're hoping to bring in a local business. It's fairly small building, 2,800 square feet, and has, I think, 4 parking spaces with it. So although it's on a kind of a high volume traffic corridor, we're sort of looking to secure a local business for that. facility, and well, I think we'll be flexible in our rent. It'll be good to have a tenant in there, as it's just been storage for the old bank furniture, basically. We got all of the steel moved out of there, the old file cabinets and stuff, and actually got some cash for that at Zor. So hopefully maybe that'll pay. Maybe we'll get enough that we'll be able to pay to get rid of the rest of the furniture. We've had a couple people come in and take a few pieces, but it's really been picked over pretty well. So we'll get that out. We'll get the approval to issue it, and hopefully we'll get our submittals at our November meeting, and then we'll award the lease at the December meeting.
Great. Any other questions for Todd?
No, excited about getting a local business possibly in there. I think anything we can do right there would be a benefit to the town, so I'm excited about it.
All right. Well, I will entertain a motion to approve the RFP for 5242 Crawfordsville Road as submitted.
I'll make a motion that we consent to issue a request for proposal for 5242 Crawfordsville Road.
I'll second.
All right. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 3-0. All right. There's nothing else on our agenda tonight. Quick, short, sweet meeting. Are there any public events or other activities we'd like to share?
Sure. There are several coming up this weekend with Halloween. The Speedway Lions Club is having their annual costume contest this Saturday. But this year it's at the Speedway High School, and that's from 3 to 5. Followed by the Parks is hosting the annual Trunk or Treat, and that is in the high school parking lot from 5 to 6:30. The Town Trick or Treat is Monday from 6 to 8. Also stop by Delara on Main Street. They're having a trick or treat there from 6 to 8 as well.
Awesome.
Yep.
Excited to see the businesses get in on it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Monday is Halloween, and it gets dark out there quick, so just a reminder to go slow if you're driving and stay safe, everybody, and enjoy the start of this holiday season. We'll see you next month. I'll adjourn the meeting at 6:14.